Today, the Sultan conquered the 1,000-year-old empire. His armies took the capital, and his soldiers celebrated in the streets. His name was engraved in history in bold font, but he was sad. The Grand Wazir noticed and asked the Sultan, "Your Royal Highness, you have done the impossible today, a task that took our nation 700 years to achieve. You fulfilled your father's dying wish, and we had a great victory. Yet I see sadness in your eyes. Can you share it with me?" The Sultan said, "Minister, when I walked through the city, I saw the common people's anguish and suffering. They were thin from hunger and terrified for their lives. But when I entered the palace, where the elite had taken refuge, I saw well-nourished people captivated in the heat of an argument. They didn't even notice my presence. They argued how many angels could fit on a pinhead, among other trifle matters." The Sultan paused for a second and continued, "I thought that the fall of the city and the end of this empire had driven them mad, so I felt terrible for them, and I didn't disturb them and kept listening. But they were dead serious and were embroiled in selfish matters. It turned out that this argument had been going on for many days. They argued and argued back and forth. They were not as crazy as I thought. They were disconnected from this world and still lost in their divisions. It made me angry that no one had even asked about the matters outside. Their nation was on fire while they were engaging in petty matters. They were full of greed, envy, and nonsense. It was only when I made my presence clear that they realized the gravity of the situation. Then, they started begging for their lives and declaring their alliance to me. They even began pointing fingers and selling each other. Some even tried to bribe me. The Wazir was confused. "Isn't this great news? You have saved the commoners from the plague that led them to downfall. You are God's punishment for their ill ways. It's another reason to celebrate." The Sultan pondered for a while and then asked, "Minister, will you die to defend a ruler who doesn't care about you?" The Grand Wazir paused. He was weighing his words carefully, but before he answered, the Sultan said, "Let me save you the trouble. If you couldn't speak your mind freely, how would the commoners, who would save them from us? Power and wealth will eventually corrupt even the most pious of us." The Sultan walked to the window and looked down the streets, seeing his soldiers celebrating. After a while, he said, "That made me wonder. Will my descendants make the same mistakes? Will my nation produce corrupt and uncaring leaders? Is this the destiny of my kingdom, to be rotten from the inside and collapse? I had a great victory today, Minister, but I was enlightened that one day my descendants will be in that room, and my subjects will be on the walls, and there is nothing I can do about it. For if this 1,000-year-old empire falls like this, mine will too." The Grand Wazir smiled and said, "Your Royal Highness, it's a cycle we are doomed to repeat, but what if we learn not to repeat it? Can we keep reminding the people of past mistakes so they won't repeat them?" The Sultan's eyes widened. For the first time, he smiled and said, "That's it. We should teach history to our people. It will be mandatory. Thus, they won't repeat the mistakes and break the cycle. There is no other way. Otherwise, humanity is condemned to eternal damnation." Centuries have passed since that conversation, and though people are learning history in schools, they call it dull and unnecessary. Some even decide not to know it at all if given the choice. And yet, they wonder why the world doesn't make sense anymore and is full of suffering. What do you think? Share it in the comment section below. Subscribe for more. Yours, the Counselor, SFTG.